Have you ever wondered, what would happen if one day, extraterrestrial beings attacked and targeted those who heal us? Why would an enemy choose to attack healers instead of directly confronting armies or warriors? And when that happens, how would humanity react? Welcome to HFY Sci-Fi Love and War Story, where we will dive into mysterious tales of the universe, unimaginable wars, and decisions that could change the future of mankind. In today's video, we will explore an exciting story about an unexpected attack by an alien species on a human medical outpost, and how humanity responded with a powerful force known as the Guardians. Join me as we uncover dramatic events, dark schemes, and unwavering resistance. Will the invaders threaten humanity's existence, or will they be defeated by the mysterious strength of the Guardians? You won't want to miss these details. Before we dive in, don't forget to give a like and subscribe to the channel to not miss any future exciting videos. Also, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below, as it motivates us to develop and bring more high-quality content to you. Remember, this video is packed with fascinating details, so make sure to watch until the end to catch all the information. The camera glides slowly across the exterior of the medical outpost, a marvel of human and alien engineering. The station shines in the dark void, a gleaming structure of white metal and glass. Its smooth, organic curves suggest an almost living form, a symbol of peace in the cold expanse of space. The light from distant stars reflects off its surface, giving it an almost ethereal glow, contrasting sharply with the void around it. Above the main airlock, the universal symbol of medicine, a serpent wrapped around a staff, glows with a serene light, a beacon of hope to all species that encounter it. Compassion stands not just as a medical facility, but as a testament to humanity's idealistic belief in peace and cooperation. The outpost orbits Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf star. The planet below is a mysterious, stormy world, its surface veiled in swirling clouds of deep purple and silver. It seems alive, constantly shifting and evolving, as if reflecting the ceaseless flow of life that the medical outpost nurtures above it. Inside the station, the atmosphere is calm but charged with a sense of quiet purpose. The halls are lined with advanced medical equipment, designed to treat a multitude of species: humans, Vidians, Cultorians, and countless others. Here, species from across the galaxy come together not to fight, but to heal. The facility is vast, with a constant hum of machinery, soothing music, and a steady flow of interspecies communication. Dr. Alina Ray, the director of Compassion, stands at the large viewport of the central atrium, gazing out at the distant planet. Her fingers gently brush against the smooth surface of the window as she watches the swirling storms below. Her face is a mask of serenity, but her eyes betray the weariness of years spent on the frontier of human diplomacy. She's seen the hope and desperation in the eyes of countless patients, and each new day brings a new challenge, a new responsibility. Despite the years of service, there's something timeless about the view, something that keeps her grounded. The vastness of space, the loneliness, the potential for both good and bad, it all stirs something deep inside her, a feeling of awe mixed with a touch of fear. Fear of what could happen if this fragile peace were ever broken. Dr. Alina Ray, with quiet wonder. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years since we established the first interspecies medical facility here. Every day feels like a new beginning. Dr. Navin Singh, her trusted colleague and friend, steps up beside her. His presence is calm, reassuring, a counterpoint to her introspection. They share a quiet bond. Years of working together in the quiet void of space have forged a strong relationship built on mutual respect. Dr. Navin Singh, his voice thoughtful. Yes, and tomorrow, the Morgans arrive. They'll bring children from their mining colonies, seeking help with respiratory issues. It's the first time they've asked for our help. The Morgans, humans who had lived in the remote colonies on mining planets, far from the central hubs of civilization. Their children, suffering from diseases caused by harsh working conditions, had been brought here as a symbol of trust. The outpost had earned their trust, a rare thing in this galaxy, where many species still viewed humans with suspicion, or worse. As Dr. Singh speaks, the hum of the station's systems seems to deepen, as if reacting to the weight of his words. The anticipation of tomorrow's arrival fills the air, hope mingled with the looming uncertainty of the unknown. The calm is shattered by an unexpected, sharp alarm, a high-pitched, insistent sound that echoes through the corridors, disrupting the quiet focus of the medical staff. The lights flicker, and a deep shudder runs through the station. The control panels begin to flicker erratically, and the communication systems sputter. The familiar hum of the station is replaced by a growing sense of dread, as if something malevolent is suddenly pressing upon them from the darkness beyond the walls. Dr. Alina Ray, through the internal communication system, her voice tight with urgency. All personnel, this is Dr. Ray. We are under attack. Implement evacuation protocols. Medical staff, secure your patients. This is not a drill. The words carry the weight of authority, but beneath them, there's a tremor of fear, barely concealed. The warning signs had been subtle at first: the uneasy silence of the station, the unexplained fluctuations in the station's systems. But now, there's no mistaking it. Something is wrong. Something is happening that cannot be ignored. The station shakes violently as another impact rips through the hull. The force of it sends a ripple through the medical wards, shaking patients in their beds and knocking instruments off their stands. Emergency lights flash on, casting long, haunting shadows down the sterile white hallways. The air fills with a sharp, metallic scent as the station's systems begin to malfunction. The Outpost's routine medical operations, treating children, checking on patients, coordinating with alien medical personnel, are abruptly interrupted. The sterile silence of the medical halls is now broken by the frantic cries of staff and the urgent beeping of alarms. In the command center, Dr. Alina Ray stands rigid, staring at the main screen. 3 sleek, black ships appear on the station's radar, unidentified, predatory, and dangerously fast. Their design is elegant, almost too perfect, a streamlined and lethal shape that suggests they are built for one purpose only: to destroy. The ships don't communicate. They don't announce themselves. They simply appear from hyperspace and begin their assault, as if they know exactly what they want and how to get it. The first strike comes without warning, an energy pulse, powerful and precise, that tears through the communication array. Sparks fly as the station's ability to contact Earth is severed. The emergency beacon is activated, but it's clear, no help will come in time. Before the communication officer can even react, a second explosion rocks the station, sending tremors through the entire structure. The power core, the heart of compassion, is struck. The lights flicker, the gravity fluctuates, and the emergency protocols kick in. The outpost is plunged into chaos. Dr. Alina Ray, over the internal communication system, her voice unwavering despite the growing panic. This is Dr. Ray. We are under attack. Implement evacuation protocols immediately. This is not a drill. Medical staff, secure your patients. Now. Her voice is steady, but beneath it is the unmistakable weight of fear. For the first time, she knows that they are no longer safe. The unthinkable is happening. The peace that had been the foundation of compassion is being shattered by an unknown enemy, and there is no protocol for this kind of attack. Another explosion hits, closer this time. The vibrations tear through the walls of the medical wing, sending staff and patients scrambling for safety. The alarms blare louder, the flashing red lights casting eerie shadows on the walls. Nurses and doctors work with frantic precision, securing vulnerable patients in evacuation pods, all while the station shakes and groans under the assault. In the surgical suite, Dr. Arjun Patel, a seasoned surgeon, is in the middle of a delicate procedure on an alien diplomat. The backup generators kick in, but the rocking of the station makes it nearly impossible to focus. The procedure isn't finished, but survival is the priority now. Dr. Arjun Patel, grimly. We can't move him now. Prepare him for transport. If we stay, we all die. The evacuation is chaotic, as medical personnel rush to secure the most vulnerable patients, but it's clear that the attackers are not just targeting military assets. They're attacking compassion because it represents something more dangerous to them than military force. It represents unity, peace, and the willingness of humanity to extend its hand in healing to other species. But the invaders have no interest in peace. They know exactly what they are doing. They understand that destroying compassion isn't just an attack on a station, it's an attack on everything that humanity has worked for in its efforts to bridge the gap between species. The camera cuts to a sterile, high-tech war room, far beneath the surface of Earth's capital. The walls are made of sleek, metallic panels that hum softly with the constant flow of information. The room is dimly lit, only the glow from the vast, holographic displays casting light on the faces of those gathered. Around the table, military leaders, intelligence officers, and diplomatic figures sit in tense silence. Above them, the Earth Defense Council's emblem, a jagged blue and green globe, glows ominously. Dr. Maya Chen's transmission flashes on the central screen. The image is clear, but the content is horrifying. Compassion is burning. Its once pristine structure is now a twisted heap of mangled metal, surrounded by the cold void of space. There is no longer any sign of life. The evacuation pods, the last hope for the station's survivors, are being destroyed, their occupants trapped inside, helpless against the merciless barrage of enemy fire. The silence in the room is suffocating. As the transmission ends, a murmur rises from the council members, but President Sofia Alvarez's steely gaze silences them. Her eyes narrow as she watches the scene unfold again. The footage of medics and patients being targeted in cold blood strikes a chord deep within her. She clenches her fist at her side, her face unreadable but the fire of determination burning beneath the surface. President Sofia Alvarez, calm, but with quiet fury. They attacked our healers. Now, we must respond. Her voice cuts through the tension like a blade, and all eyes turn toward her. The weight of her words is felt by all present, as though a line has been crossed, an irrevocable decision made. The room is heavy with the expectation of what must come next. The military leaders begin to argue, their voices rising, filled with a mix of concern and anger. Admiral Kazu Nakamura, with a grave tone. We must consider the consequences. Deploying the Guardians would be an extreme response. Their existence was meant to be a deterrent, not a first line of defense. It could spark a war the galaxy is not ready for. Admiral Nakamura, a seasoned strategist, knows the power the Guardians hold. They are humanity's darkest secret, a weapon forged in the fires of war and political necessity. His concern is not just for the immediate conflict, but the long-term ramifications. Deploying the Guardians would mean stepping into a path from which there may be no return. General Maria Doss, slamming her fist onto the table, her voice rising with righteous fury. How many more of our people will die while we wait for diplomacy? The Valkyrie targeted medics. They knew what they were doing. We cannot let them get away with this. Her words hang in the air, raw and emotional. She speaks from the heart, knowing full well that the Valkyrie's actions were a calculated and deliberate strike against everything humanity has fought for in space: peace, cooperation, and the promise of healing. This wasn't a misstep. This was an act of war. The pressure in the room builds, and President Alvarez knows she cannot wait any longer. She takes a deep breath, her gaze shifting to the holographic image of compassion's destruction. A soft, chilling smile plays on her lips, as if the decision has already been made, as if she knew this moment was inevitable. The time for diplomacy is over. President Sofia Alvarez, voice hard as steel, eyes cold. Activate Protocol Nemesis. Deploy the Guardians. The words are final, a decree that sends a ripple through the room. A stunned silence follows her command. The room's tension is palpable, but President Alvarez's face is resolute. She has made her choice, and there will be no turning back. The Guardians will be unleashed not just as warriors, but as a message to the galaxy that humanity will no longer turn the other cheek. They have been pushed too far. Deep beneath the surface of Mars, in a hidden underground facility carved into the heart of the planet, the air is thick with the sterile scent of machinery and technology. This is a place forgotten by time, where secrets are buried and humanity's most dangerous weapon lies dormant. The facility is massive, a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers that house the last line of defense against the galaxy's worst threats. In the heart of the facility, 12 stasis pods line the walls of a vast, dimly lit chamber. The pods are sleek, cylindrical, and metallic, their surfaces smooth and unmarked, save for the faintest glow from the power that sustains them. Inside each pod, humanity's most lethal soldiers lie in deep stasis, their bodies suspended in time. The room is silent, save for the soft hum of machinery working tirelessly to maintain the dormant warriors' life support systems. Commander Alexandra Vyalov, a tall, imposing figure, stands before the central control panel. Her eyes flicker with purpose as she inputs the activation code. A low vibration hums through the room as the systems come to life. One by one, the pods begin to open, their airtight seals releasing with a soft hiss. Each pod's occupant is awakened, their bodies rapidly coming back to full consciousness, their neural interfaces reconnecting. The first pod opens with a resounding hiss, and Colonel Jeremiah Kane emerges. He is tall and broad-shouldered, his skin darkened by years of combat and his eyes sharp, scanning his surroundings with predatory focus. His face is calm, unreadable, but beneath the surface, the years of stasis have left a hunger for action. Colonel Jeremiah Kane, grimly, his voice low and controlled. The Valkyrie will learn that peace can be just as deadly as war. He stands, his body moving with mechanical precision, the enhancements that run through his muscles and bones humming with energy. His combat implants, dormant for so long, begin to awaken, syncing with his mind and filling him with an overwhelming sense of power. He is not just human anymore. He is something more. A force designed for one purpose, to destroy. Commander Vyalov steps forward, her own enhancements glowing faintly under her skin. She is the leader of this deadly team, and she knows the gravity of the mission that now lies before them. The Valkyrie have crossed a line, and there will be no mercy. Commander Alexandra Vyalov, with cold resolve. Protocol Nemesis is activated. The Valkyrie attacked our healers. We will make them regret it. Around her, the other Guardians begin to stir. They are a group unlike any other, a mix of the best, the strongest, and the most ruthless soldiers humanity has ever produced. Each one is a specialist in their field, enhanced beyond human limits, with combat skills that transcend anything conventional forces can achieve. Their eyes lock onto one another, a shared understanding passing between them. The Guardians are not just soldiers, they are an idea, a living embodiment of humanity's ability to fight back when pushed too far. The time for peace is over. The Valkyrie will learn that humanity is not just a healer, but a warrior when necessary. As the last pod opens, the full weight of what's to come settles in. The Guardians are awake. The Valkyrie have made their choice. Now, humanity will show them the true cost of targeting their healers. In the dark, silent void of space, the Guardians' stealth vessels cut through the emptiness with unnerving precision. The air inside the dropships is thick with anticipation as the team prepares for the infiltration mission. The sleek, almost invisible ships, their surfaces lined with adaptive camouflage, distort the starlight around them, making them nearly undetectable to any scanning systems. The technology used to shield them from enemy radar and sensors is so advanced it seems almost magical, a ghost in the night, moving undetected. Major Lydia Reynolds, the lead infiltration specialist, stands before her pod, her hand resting on the cold metallic surface of the ship's control panel. Her eyes are focused, a predator's calm gaze scanning the holographic readouts. Her fingers hover over the controls, activating the last systems checks. The countdown has begun. Major Lydia Reynolds, her voice low, measured. 30 seconds to impact. The ship's hull hums as the pod's thrusters engage, shifting their trajectory toward the surface of the Valkyrie Homeworld, Nexus 7. The surface below is a mixture of jagged mountains and sweeping plains, all veiled in the stormy winds of a planet that never seems to be at peace. The planet's surface seems to pulse with hostility, as if the very atmosphere itself is a challenge to anyone who dares to approach. The drop pods break through the atmosphere, their ablative shielding glowing a fiery red as they pierce the planet's thick clouds. The descent is rapid, controlled chaos. The Guardians' pods tear through the skies like meteors, the whistling wind cutting through the atmosphere as they plunge toward their designated landing zones. The storm rages around them, but their course is unwavering. The planet below seems unaware of the nightmare about to unfold upon it. Impact is sudden. The sound of the pod slamming into the ground is deafening, a violent crash that shakes the very earth beneath them. Dust and debris explode outward, the force of the impact sending tremors through the ground. As the dust settles, the doors of the pods open, revealing the steely faces of the Guardians, their combat suits reflecting the harsh light from the stormy sky. Major Lydia Reynolds, as she surveys the area, activating her cloaking device. We're in. Move fast, stay silent. Our mission is to extract the medical personnel and eliminate the threat. We'll leave nothing behind. She steps forward, her form blending seamlessly with the environment as the adaptive camouflage of her suit flickers into place. She becomes nearly invisible to the naked eye. The air feels thick, charged with the energy of the approaching conflict, but Lydia moves with calculated precision, her footsteps silent as she vanishes into the shadows. Lieutenant Marcus Chen, a master hacker, taps into his neural interface, a subtle hum running through his body as his implants begin to sync with the Valkyrie's systems. His fingers move in swift, deliberate motions as he bypasses the security protocols, accessing the data banks of the Outpost's infrastructure. Lieutenant Marcus Chen, quietly, through the neural link. I'm in. Tracking the missing personnel now. Coordinates locked. The team splits, each member moving toward their assigned targets with ruthless efficiency. One by one, the Guardians neutralize Valkyrie guards, moving like shadows through the outpost. With deadly precision, they incapacitate or kill any opposition, their augmented strength and reflexes allowing them to move faster and strike harder than any conventional soldier. In the shadows, Major Reynolds coordinates the movement, her eyes flicking to her wrist display as she monitors the status of the operation. Her body is a blur of motion, moving between enemies before they even realize she's there, her cloaking technology rendering her an unseen force of nature. As Lieutenant Chen completes his hack, the network comes to life, revealing the locations of the Valkyries' holding cells. The missing medical personnel are alive but imprisoned, their life signs faint but stable. Lieutenant Marcus Chen, focused. Found them. They're in a containment facility to the west. Let's move. The team regroups, their mission now clear: rescue the captives and dismantle the Valkyries' presence on Nexus 7. The Guardians make their way to the heart of the Valkyries' military might, the High Command. Their path is marked by destruction. Valkyrie forces are disoriented, their communications scrambled, their weapons disabled. The Guardians leave a trail of chaos in their wake, each strike deliberate, each kill necessary. The Valkyrie High Command, once the epitome of strength, is now a crumbling fortress. Inside the command center, alarms blare as the last of the Valkyrie defense forces fall. The Guardians are everywhere, unstoppable, their presence felt like a storm breaking over the last bastion of Valkyrie resistance. The walls of the command center shake with each explosion, the air thick with smoke and the smell of burning metal. The Valkyrie forces have lost control. They are powerless against this unseen enemy, and their time has run out. Colonel Jeremiah Kane, the leader of the Guardians, steps forward into the heart of the command center. His steps are slow, deliberate, as if he is taking his time with the final act. The destruction is now complete, the remaining Valkyrie forces either neutralized or captured. With a calm, almost chilling tone, he activates the communications relay, broadcasting to the entire planet. The screen flickers to life, and his face appears, calm but cold. The eyes of the Valkyrie population are fixed on him, watching in silence. Colonel Jeremiah Kane, his voice dark, almost haunted. People of Valkyria, you don't know us. We are the Guardians. We exist because long ago, humans were monsters to each other. We perfected the art of war and atrocity before we learned to seek peace. But we kept our darkest weapons in reserve. Images flash across the screen, images of compassion, once a symbol of hope, now reduced to a charred husk. The wreckage of the outpost, the destruction of the evacuation pods, the devastation left in the wake of the Valkyries' attack. The footage of the Guardians dismantling Valkyrie military infrastructure plays next, a brutal reminder of what happens when peace is pushed too far. Colonel Jeremiah Kane, coldly, with unwavering resolve. Remember this lesson: humanity extends its hand in peace through our healers. But if you force our hand, we can still make war in ways you've never imagined. His words are calm, almost measured, but the weight of them is felt across the entire planet. The Guardians have struck, and they will not stop until their vengeance is complete. The Valkyrie will learn that there is no line too far for humanity to cross when their most sacred principles are violated. The transmission ends, leaving the people of Valkyria with one unshakable truth: humanity will fight when it has to. And when it does, the cost of crossing them is far greater than any enemy could ever imagine. The heavy doors of the High Council chamber open with a sharp hiss, revealing the somber assembly of Valkyrie leaders, their faces etched with disbelief. The room is vast, cold, with towering, angular walls that seem to close in on the gathered counselors. The atmosphere is thick with tension, each seat around the long, obsidian table filled with figures cloaked in ornate armor. Their eyes are fixed on the central projection, where the broadcast from Earth plays in a continuous loop the image of the destruction at Compassion, followed by the ruthless dismantling of Valkyrie forces on Nexus 7. Supreme Leader Zarvak, a figure of towering authority and cold logic, stands before the council, his usually stoic face now a mask of shock. His hands tremble slightly as he watches the horrors unfold. His eyes, wide and unfocused, flicker between the images on the screen and his fellow counselors, whose faces reflect a growing sense of dread. The room feels suffocating, the air thick with the realization of their catastrophic miscalculation. Supreme Leader Zarvak, his voice strained, nearly incredulous. How could 12 individuals cause such devastation? His words echo in the room, the question hanging heavily in the air, unanswered. The room remains silent for a long moment, save for the faint hum of the ship's systems and the low hiss of the ventilation. Fleet Admiral Karin, his brow furrowed in nervousness, steps forward from the shadows. His face is drawn, his movements hesitant as he begins to explain the unexplainable. He had never expected such an outcome, had never imagined that humanity could possess something so devastating. Fleet Admiral Karin, nervously, his voice wavering. They are not ordinary humans. They are augmented far beyond normal limits. They are the Guardians. The words hit the room like a thunderclap. The Valkyrie High Council murmurs, an undercurrent of fear rippling through them. The Guardians, a name that had been nothing more than a whispered legend, now becomes a terrifying reality. These aren't mere soldiers, they are something far worse. Humanity's darkest creation, honed to perfection for one singular purpose, vengeance. Zarvak's eyes narrow, a deep realization settling in. The carefully crafted plans, the smug superiority of the Valkyrie, now seem fragile, shattered by the onslaught of humanity's hidden weapon. He's faced threats before, but nothing like this. This isn't a foe that can be negotiated with or intimidated into submission. The Guardians are relentless, an unstoppable force of nature. Supreme Leader Zarvak, his voice barely a whisper, full of bitter realization. We have underestimated them. The weight of his words is felt throughout the chamber. The Valkyrie, once proud conquerors of the stars, have been humbled. The fear that had started as a whisper now grows into a loud, undeniable truth. Humanity's peace is not a weakness, it is a sword they wield, and if that sword is drawn, nothing can stand in its way. The camera cuts to the sleek, modern hall of the United Earth Defense Council. A holographic globe spins slowly in the center of the room, projecting a bright, shining image of Earth. Around the table, the military and diplomatic leadership of Earth sits in silence. Their eyes are fixed on the message coming from the Valkyrie High Council. The terms of the apology are clear: reparations for the victims of the attack, the surrender of the responsible military personnel for trial, and a promise to cease hostilities. President Sofia Alvarez, her posture regal but her expression cold, watches the message unfold. Her fingers tap rhythmically on the surface of the table as she absorbs the diplomatic gestures laid before her. The Valkyrie, once an aggressive force in the galaxy, now seek to avoid further conflict. Their apology is sincere, but it is also laced with an undeniable desperation. They are afraid of the Guardians, afraid of humanity's wrath. A thin smile curves the edge of President Alvarez's lips, but it is not one of pleasure. It is the smile of a leader who has just made her enemies understand the true cost of crossing her people. She stands, her commanding presence filling the room, and looks toward the council with unwavering resolve. President Sofia Alvarez, her voice calm, but laced with a dark promise. Humanity seeks peace, but if you attack our healers, you will face the full wrath of our warriors. Her words resonate deeply, her gaze fixed and unwavering. The Valkyrie have been taught their lesson, but the Guardians remain a lingering threat, a reminder of what humanity is capable of when provoked. The camera pans over the rebuilt medical outpost, a symbol of humanity's strength and resolve. The new station orbits Proxima Centauri, larger and more advanced than Compassion ever was. The white hull of the station gleams against the black backdrop of space, a bright light in the galaxy's vast, silent darkness. The universal symbol of medicine shines above the airlock once again, a beacon of hope for all species. The new outpost stands as a testament to humanity's commitment to peace, a reminder of the lengths they will go to protect those they care about. This is no longer just a medical station, it is a symbol of humanity's resilience, their unwillingness to back down when confronted with threats. As the camera zooms in on the plaque near the airlock, it reflects the words inscribed beneath it, written in the languages of 100 worlds. The inscription commemorates those who gave their lives in the attack on Compassion, and it also speaks to the new reality, a promise made to all species across the galaxy. Narrator, voiceover, with a tone of quiet finality. Humanity's promise is clear: we come in peace. But if you force us to, we will show you what happens when the angels of death are unleashed. The camera pulls back, showing the new outpost gleaming in the vastness of space, the stars surrounding it as a vast, indifferent sea. Humanity's message is unspoken yet clear: peace is their choice, but if threatened, they will not hesitate to unleash the full wrath of the Guardians, the angels of death. The galaxy has learned its lesson, and it will never forget. By now, you've likely felt the unimaginable power of the Guardians, and the shift in how we view the protection of peace in the universe. This story isn't just a battle between species, it's an important lesson about protecting humanity's sacred values. So, what do you think about humanity's response when attacked? Will we continue to seek peace, or will we be forced to fight? These questions remain unanswered, but you, the viewers of this video, are part of the journey to explore what humanity can achieve when faced with dire challenges. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments to help us grow and create even better videos for you. Thank you for watching HFY Sci-Fi Love and War Story. Remember, we've only just begun our journey to explore the mysteries of the universe.